What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? I don't know when was the last time I did a video where I just sit and talk to y'all. I've been trying to vlog a little bit and show y'all stuff and slideshows. It's really hard to keep up with life events these days because it's a lot. And I don't mean that necessarily in a bad way. It's just been a lot of things. And I think maybe it's just because I don't vlog every week like I used to, that I can't keep up with everything. But like Sunday, I ended up going to this really cool gospel concert. I like that. Event, and I didn't even know I was going. We were just in the car and somebody told me about it. I said, hey, if it's free, let's check it out. And it was free, so we checked it out, and it was dope. And I met this really sweet lady who apparently is pretty famous. So, because she's an amazing singer. Call your name is something we cannot explain. That happens when we proclaim your great name. Your great name. When you think I really like the freedom, and it's not just the movement in of itself, it's the freedom in the movement, because a lot of people move when they perform. It's a difference when you can like feel the freedom, so it was like really dope. And then when I went up to talk to her afterwards and take a picture with her, she was so sweet, and it's so rare to meet genuinely sweet people. So that's what I remember about that event. But it was a dope event. I got a little footage, but it may or may not be included. But the thing that I really wanted to record and post about is something I really felt led to do. Not saying I'm prophesying or nothing like that, but God was dealing about this, and I was just like, this is something that's good to share, because the series that we were in at church last month was Suddenly, talking about just immediate, unexpected type of blessings and faith as well. And the thing about suddenly that we sometimes don't recognize or take time to think about is the fact that suddenly could like something could be happening right now and you not even know. And I think about the story, and I think this is one of the scriptures that Pastor used when this man was asking for healing. I believe it was for his son. There's a couple of stories like this, but I think the particular one that we talked about was he was needing healing for his son. So this is back before cell phones and FaceTimes and all that, and instant messaging and, you know, DMs and all that. And he basically went to Jesus to get healing for his son. Jesus spoke the word, and his son, his like fever broke, and he began to like recover at the very moment that Jesus spoke, even though the man wasn't aware of it. Jesus was, because he's Jesus, right? So he knew, if I speak this word, this is what's going to happen. But you know, the man had to trust what Jesus said and go through the journey of getting back home and then asking the question like, hey, by the way, what time was it? And then he remembered, you know, he was like, oh, that was the same time, you know, Jesus spoke the word. So it was really happening in that moment. So there was still this thing that felt like a process, that still felt like waiting, that still felt like a faith. It literally was a faith walk, because he had to get back to where the miracle had already taken place to even, you know, see that it had taken place, and to see that the manifestation literally was already there. And so there was this, you know, this still process, even though it had happened just like that. And so it's the same thing with us, you know, if you have prayed, if you have walked in faith. And that was one of the things in the teaching, you know, when Pastor was talking about like things to do and how to live, and you know, just the process of getting to suddenly miracles and blessings and stuff like that. And I was like, and I may have lied about this, I'm not sure, I don't know, but I definitely thought about the fact that, you know, many of us as believers have already invested so much into the process of time and situations and circumstances, to where God literally is already on it, and we just might not see the manifestation of it. That doesn't mean the manifestation isn't already happening and isn't already existing, because suddenly can feel like a process. You know, it takes me way back to Pastor teaching this message. Even it wasn't even a message. I just remember he said it was a long night. I remember that particular, you know, phrase that he said in a message, because, you know, there are these things, people come up and they get blessed and things happen, and people feel like it was an overnight success. And it was like, I might look like an overnight success, but it was a long night. You know, a lot of people, when you look at, especially back in the day, you know, musical artists, for example, who would like seemingly come out of nowhere, and it was just like, oh, their first song was a hit and their first album went platinum, and it's like, oh my gosh. But it's like they've actually been recording and playing and gigging and, you know, practicing and stuff for years and decades before you see what God has already been doing in their lives. And so sometimes it's the same in our own lives with personal things he's doing for us, or that we're believing for. Like, it's not even that you don't have it, it's just that you might not recognize it in the form that it is. Or God could literally be speaking to somebody about you right now while you're at your house, in the bathroom, driving in your car, whatever the case may be, going through your same daily life that you've been doing for years. there are some things that are changing in the atmosphere and even on the earth in your favor that you just might not be aware of yet, because you haven't made that walk and asked that question like, hey, when did this happen? Or, you know, how do these two things connect? And see how God was on it in the very moment that you spoke it, and that you believed it, and that you sowed the seed for it, and you stepped out on faith for it. Like, it's already, like, I'm saying was because, like, that's crazy, because it's like it's not really a process necessarily anymore. I don't know if this is for anybody, but it's definitely for me. So I just thought I would share that. And that is pretty much it. Like, just know that God has been on it, is on it, and you will get to a place where you will see that he's already done it right now. That's it. That's it. That's all I feel led to share, and I hope that it blesses someone, but I know it blessed at least me. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and be on the lookout for what God has already done in your life. Suddenly, peace.